Hi, Shuang Esther Shan here. Today on this special episode of Shopify Masters, we're getting you prepped for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. For most entrepreneurs, this is the week they mark on their calendars each year, a time that can make or break your business. In fact, Shopify merchants made over $6 billion in sales last year during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and 47 million shoppers bought goods from Shopify-powered stores. The average cart price, just over $100. So what's in store this year? You're going to hear from 4 Shopify merchants as they share their strategies for success during this important week. You won't want to miss it. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Mike Salguero. I'm the CEO and founder of ButcherBox. ButcherBox is a delivery service for high-quality meat that was raised right. We bootstrap the company and are about $600 million in annual revenue. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is always a really fun time to be at ButcherBox because we do see a spike in sales, whether it's new members or current members who are buying a whole bunch of specials that we have. It's a great sales bump, but it's not like out of the norm. So as a membership business, a subscription business, we have lots of members. And so we don't see like a giant spike. Black Friday, the idea is that it's the first time that you're in the black. That doesn't exist for us. It's not like by any stretch a large portion of our sales for the year. One of the most successful campaigns that we do, which actually starts before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, is start a subscription and get a free turkey, which is always a fan favorite. But for obvious reasons, we can't run that all the way until Black Friday, which is right after Thanksgiving. So we stop that early. And then it gets into the holiday cuts. Lots of people are looking to serve ButcherBox at their Christmas table, Hanukkah table, what have you. And so we do a big business in whole rib roasts or whole tenderloins or kind of large format products that people can serve 10, 20 people with. We'll do a lot more turkeys. We love it when our customers say, wow, ButcherBox is a great value. And so we're always looking for how do we reinforce value to our customers? How do we get them products that they can't get anywhere else for a price that they can't get anywhere else delivered to their home? It's such a big differentiator, right? It's like, oh, I can get this super well-raised, pork delivered directly to my door at a price that beats anything I can find anywhere else. So we have to start really early. I mean, really by the end of Q1, so March, April timeframe, we know what we're doing for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And the reason why is we actually deal with meat comes from animals, and those animals have to be grown by farmers. And so we have to make commitments really, really early. And then we have to make sure that we hit what we said we were going to do. So both of those are tough to do. We always have other things like if we, ran a promotion and didn't sell enough of a certain item, we'll sell that during Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. But it's well planned out, well in advance. So one of our core values is member obsession. One of the first and foremost goal is to make sure that we get every turkey to every Thanksgiving table that needs Thanksgiving turkey. So that's like what we're focused on now through the month of November is making sure that the people rely on us to have Thanksgiving dinner, and we need to make sure that they're not upset that they relied on us for that. And then as you get into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's really just providing great value. One of the really great things about ButcherBox is we have this superior quality product at an incredible value. And the more that we can show that through deals and specials and giveaways and all the fun things that we do during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that just helps our members and our prospective members understand kind of where we fit into their overall grocery budget. As far as Black Friday deals goes, one of the coolest ones that we're doing is a free tomahawk steaks in your box. So that's like one of those giant steaks with the big bone coming off of it that looks like a tomahawk. People love them, and we definitely think those will be a very hot item and will go very quickly. I do think that there's increasing pressure on the American consumer, that the cost of living has risen dramatically. The cost of food, the cost of fuel has risen dramatically, and most people's paychecks are not keeping up with that. And so what I believe is going to happen, it has arguably already happened, is the country is going to be into a recession. And the big question in a recession is, what do customers give up and in what order? Usually, one of the first things to go is eating out. I think that will actually be even worse this time around because customers or the American consumer is used to not eating out because during COVID, oftentimes they didn't eat out. When consumers decide to not eat out but want high quality product at their house, that's where we shine. Like we provide a steakhouse quality experience delivered to your door and way cheaper than the steakhouse. And so if that is the case, and if people stop going to restaurants and really prioritize saving money and staying at home, we think we'll do very well during a recession. But really remains to be seen. It remains to be seen how important the things that we stand for are for the consumer, like taking care of the animal and the farmer and the environment. Does that continue to be important as people feel the crunch a little bit more? I think these are really tough times for direct-to-consumer companies. I think it's really requires very intelligent navigation to kind of come out on top right now.
Hi, I'm Sara Panton, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Vitruvi. Vitruvi is an air care company that's redefining how we think about taking care of our homes with beautiful, natural home fragrances. Q4 and Black Friday and Cyber Monday are incredibly important to us. I think our product, because of the quality and the design, is inherently a thoughtful gift. And so that time of year is incredibly important for us to be able to show up for our customers. They can show up for their loved ones with gift giving. During Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we know our customers very busy. We know that they live a full impact and dynamic life. And so our job is to make gift giving really simple for them. So you'll see on our website an easy to navigate marketplace with different bundles of products for different themes of gift giving. And we also work strategically with our retail partners to make sure the assortment is our best in class to help with velocity and sell through. And it's really just about making it easy for the consumer. We're starting to plan next year's one this year, but it's always important to get the learnings from it. So I would say at least 2 quarters before we're thinking about the holiday, we're learning about our customer, we're learning about our product mix, and if we need to make any changes to assortment or strategy leading up to it. We do a large percentage of our sales in the holiday quarter. There's always inventory concerns, and there have been major inventory issues in the past, and that's just part of navigating a business. So learning from our customer all year round, always having an ear open, watching our inventory levels helps us prepare for Q4. But there's always surprises. That's part of running a business. I think it's just when you're close to your customer and you're talking to them and understanding their need states, how they're evolving, what their new concerns are, and what their barrier to purchase is and how that's evolved. I think that's how we can be best prepared. But I do believe there is a fundamental shift in spend. And I think that it's on the company and the brand's responsibility to show the value that they add for people to make that purchase.
Hey everybody, my name is Joey Cofone. I'm an entrepreneur and an author. I founded Baronfig, an e-commerce company that makes tools to help you do your best thinking. And I wrote The Laws of Creativity, a book that teaches you how to master your ideas. Our Black Friday this year is based on what is now 10 years of experience doing e-commerce. So we've tested things over the years in terms of email frequency, deal type, discount type, and we have landed on what works for us, which is to now do our Black Friday deal from Monday all the way through Sunday, and that includes, of course, Black Friday. And we'll be doing 25% off our entire store, which is, again, what works for us. One of the mistakes we made early on, back in 2013, was being concerned with bothering the customer. Okay, and as a consumer, I'm like a mediocre consumer myself. I don't buy a whole lot, but I do buy. And I try to unsubscribe to a whole lot of emails. And so I was treating everyone like me. And that's not the case. Not everyone is like me. In fact, most people who subscribe to e-commerce emails are not like me. What I mean by that is they want to hear from you. They want to know your deal. They might even want to be, actually, they do want to be reminded. And so when we start our Black Friday deal on Monday, we'll let everyone know throughout the week. We'll be repeating it on social media. And then Black Friday, we will remind people. We may even, depending on how things are, remind people that it's about to end. For example, 24 hours left or ends tonight. Preparing for Black Friday initially was a challenge. At this point, it takes us only about 3 weeks to prepare. And we do it about a month or two in advance. It's pretty straightforward. We sit down as a team. We isolate what worked last year, what we're going to do this year. Usually every year at the end the season, we'll take notes and actually outline the following year's campaign, like literally 11 months in advance, because it's so fresh in the mind, which is a hot tip. Write that down. In the end, it only takes us a few weeks, so we'll isolate the discount, make sure everybody knows their responsibility, execute on email design, which is the majority of where sales come from. And then we build those emails and schedule them. So really, by the time Black Friday week comes around, we are doing a whole lot of babysitting, essentially. We're just making sure nothing breaks or nothing goes wrong. The heaviest lifting that is required is by me on the Friday, because we're off. It's the day after Thanksgiving. We don't come to work. So that Friday, I show up on my computer, wherever I am, check the A/B test results for the emails, choose the best one, and then I'm off enjoying my weekend again. The key period of sales for e-commerce that we have discovered, again, everybody is different, but the final months of the year are really where all the juice takes place. So from Halloween, which a Halloween campaign is extremely effective, from Halloween all the way till about the second week of January, what is that? It's 3 months. That quarter of the year actually is about a third of sales. So it's bigger relative to the time that's spent. So a way to gauge your success on executing your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday, whatever you want to call it. It's actually, if I had to say it all together, it'd be Halloween, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday, New Year's. Maybe someone can acronym that to mine the most you can out of that period and weigh against where you could be, is to say, hey, does this add up to about a third of my sales? If it does not, then you can probably improve your execution. If it does, however, you are likely on point with what you're doing. So if I had to say a recommendation, I'd actually keep your product launches out of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, unless you attach it to a deal. Then it could spice things up. But we tried that early on. We thought, wow, we're going to launch editions specifically for Black Friday. We did this one edition called the Black Box, and it was 3 notebooks, each with a different concept. We didn't name the concept, but it was a mystery. I think it was something about UFOs, another one about the Bermuda Triangle, and I forget the last one. And it kind of flopped. People who looked at it and bought it, who did, were like, wow, this is amazing. But because that wasn't what people wanted at the time, it didn't have the attention, unfortunately. And so we actually relaunched it a few months later. We just sent out a new email, refeatured it in, let's say, March, and we sold out of them very quickly at that point, even though it was called the Black Box. When you're trying to be creative during Black Friday, the more important part is really the micro creativity rather than the macro. So macro would be different types of campaigns, or like I said, different types of products. But actually the micro creativity is, how do I say the same thing in just a slightly different way? And once you land on, through A/B testing, once you land on a really effective subject line, title, discount, it may be that is how you do it year after year. In 10 years in, we know exactly what to say. We're not trying to really innovate in that regard. We just make it interesting. We do a different illustration every year, maybe change up the color palette. Maybe sometimes the buttons on the email might be full width. Maybe there'll be bubbles. Maybe they'll be side by side. You can tell I'm talking a lot about emails, but it really is where you should put all of your focus during this crazy holiday season. What's happening out in the world is not under my control. It's not under any of our controls. So there's only so much mental space I give it personally, and I think that most should give it. I know that you have to manage inventory, and that is a task, of course. And do you want to say, am I going to do 10% more, 10% less this year? And I don't have an answer, and no one does. However, the answer I do have is that regardless of what happens, focus on what you can control. So focus on the execution of your campaigns, because that is entirely under your power rather than the macroeconomic currents happening that honestly we're not going to really know until February, March hits and we have a good retrospective on.
Hey, my name is Dimitri. I'm one of the co-founders at Loop Earplugs. We empower people to live life to the fullest by giving them the freedom to choose how they hear the world in style and in confidence. We are a fully D2C brand based in Belgium, growing to 45 million of revenue this year. Black Friday for us means two things: excitement because we generate a lot of sales, and an opportunity to do something special with our community of existing customers. Typically, we give between 20 and 30% side-wide, and it's a day where we see conversion rates increase 3 times, sales volume 3 to 6 times, day over day compared to November or December. And so very much fun to watch that grow year after year. Last year, we gave an early access to our community and a higher discount that nobody else could get. And it was so successful that we're going to do that this year again, the 48 hours before Black Friday. And since we've grown so much month over month, it's typically not that big of an impact if you look at the overall yearly impact. So I would say it would be a very rough estimation, but I think it represents 4, 5, maybe 6% of our total volume in those 4 days of Black Friday. Typically for a D2C brand and a scale-up, we are way too late for prepping everything in advance. So right now, we are November 7th. Everyone is rushing into creating all the different assets and the communications across all the channels because we activate Black Friday across all of our channels. So same this year as we did last year. We're going to start earlier next year for sure. But right now we are doing in the last 2 to 3 weeks, getting prepped. All the excitement is there. We have another product launching in a couple of days within the community as a sort of thing in between, but then straight on Black Friday and end of year season all the way to Christmas. The way that we anticipate on the madness at Black Fridays is actually quite limited. We are set up in a way that we work with 3PLs that allow us to fulfill at a very high rate. We try to manage expectations as good as we can with our customers by announcing some potential delay in shipment dates, sort of a philosophy of under promise, over deliver. The one thing that we really do scale is our customer support team. Internally, we are there as well to answer any questions, any tickets that we can. But besides that, we try to stay within the standard functionality of Shopify as much as we can basically automating as much as we can. So typically, the increase in workloads is not comparable to the increase of revenue that we generate. For us, the strategy is going to be the same as the years before. We capitalize on, we know what worked. Very simple, very straight up discount will be 25% this year. Will be present on our web shop side-wise, so on all the products. We don't see a decline at the moment. We keep on growing. People keep on buying us. We are an impulse buy. We are not the most expensive product around there, and people really do feel the impact on a daily basis of using our product. So it's not the sort of product they're refraining from. So we do expect that because of inflation, because of economic crisis, that if anything, the impact of Black Friday will be even bigger than other years.
And that's it for this special episode of Shopify Masters. I hope these founder stories have inspired you to test out some new strategies or learnings as you prepare for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm Shuang Esser Shan. I'll catch you next time.